Hello, everybody. This is Corey Funk for Funk Film Reviews. I'm actually going to watch this top 10 list of where the best movies of the year, where Rolling Stone went wrong, by WatchMojo. I can't stand WatchMojo. I'm going to watch this list and I'm going to basically tear them down. And I can't. They act like they own the whole top 10 lists, the countdown lists, and countdown lists. I even have my own top 10 list. Everybody has their own opinion. But we're going to watch this and then hear what the hell they have to say. And then I'm going to do a little rant. Yeah, the best movies of the year where Rolling Stone went wrong. All right, let's see if we can see that. Okay. And here we go. And I'm going to do my little rant.
None of these are sunshine and rainbow movies. Hey guys, welcome to The Realists. I'm Rebecca. This is Liam.
Hello.
Welcome. We are the ranking experts at WatchMojo. You know that. I know that.
Ranking experts, my ass.
So we think we're qualified to tear apart Rolling Stone's Peter Travers' top
You're not qualified. People have their own choices.
What do you think?
Let's get into it. They're trash.
Let's do it. All right, let's jump right into it at number 10 with Green Book.
Yes, otherwise known as one of the Farley brothers trying to make an actual good movie. Not that Dumb and Dumber is not good,
But this is a road trip movie.
yes. True.
It's
Very
very
true.
different, though. The movie everyone's calling the...
Reverse Driving Miss Daisy.
Do we think it deserves to be on the list at all?
I don't. I feel like it's a movie that kind of comes out...
Not your choice, Liam.
The safe choice.
It's Peter Travers', not yours.
Choice.
It kind of made some safe choices with not really going into how terrible things could be in the scenario.
Are the WatchMojo choices actually your choices?
We won't be talking.
Or are you just doing what your boss
It
says?
sucks, but because it is great, but I mean...
Show your actually choices, Rebecca and Liam.
True. What came out last year?
Exactly. Well, Moonlight was last year.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Ooh. Then I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, at number 9, the cringe pick, 8th grade.
Definitely cringe pick. You were saying that you will never watch the movie again.
No, I don't. It was really good. I really liked it. I don't want to watch it again because I don't want to relive my teen years.
I think I have seen this movie like 5 times at this point. I think it's so rewarding for rewatch. And I think it does something really interesting that teen comedies haven't done in years.
Oh, 100%.
I think every teen comedy that's come out recently has always done this thing where they reference John Hughes a whole bunch, but this movie kind of like lives in the moment. I would put this pick higher, honestly. I think it's one of the movies this year that has truly done something original and kind of pushed the genre forward past this kind of like John Hughes like...
Then show your actually list, guys. Like, don't actually show WatchMojo lists.
Article that was called, and I'll have to read it because you'll see how Bo Burnham uses like language to capture an age of like anxiety in 8th grade. And basically, it's about how the filler words like and like indicate the process of struggling and not unintelligence.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really interesting. Like, there's just so many layers to this movie. Is basically
just the moments of her like talking to the camera are so like realistic and very like she's actually doing that, and she actually has a YouTube channel, and it's very cringy and very awkward to watch, but it's great.
All right, at number 8 we have The Light Pick, First Performed.
The Light Pick.
It's a very heavy movie.
No, yes, very, very heavy movie. I think this one got a lot of critical acclaim, and I somewhat agree. I think it kind of goes some weird places towards the end that I thought kind of got a bit full of itself.
I feel like it loses it in the third act.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like,
WatchMojo's always full of itself.
And then Paul Schrader just kind of like goes insane. I don't know if it was intentional, but probably like the worst use of green screen I've ever seen in a movie. I may get hated on for saying that, but
I want to know, like, what is this movie about? There's a lot to
There's a
unpack.
lot.
Like, is it against the church? Is it about pollution? Is it about like anti-commercialization? Like, what is it?
I kind of got a bit of a pollution thing as a whole. I think the cinematography is also a high point for sure. But that being said, not a movie I'm going to watch again. I would really only recommend watching this if you're having like a really bad day and you want to feel lower.
Have a worse day?
Sometimes I have those days. I don't know. I mean, like sometimes I have those days where I just want to watch a depressing as hell movie.
Fair enough. From First Reformed to First Man.
Yes.
At number 7, Rolling Stones. Number 7, First Man. I'm calling this the dad pick of the year because literally every dad loves every space movie.
True. Very true. My dad doesn't like space movies.
Whatever.
I find this year was like a really poor year for like dramas and this kind of movie. It's just kind of boring, and especially the fact that this came after like La La Land and like Whiplash. I find Damien Chazelle is definitely capable of much more, and it's kind of just like disappointing. It's a fine movie, and the performances are all great.
Yeah, it's a safe pick. Like, come on, obviously the space movie's gonna be good. Like,
I think in 2018 for like a biopic, you kind of have to go big and you have to kind of do something different. And I find this movie just didn't really hit that for me.
Yeah, I mean it's no Apollo 13.
True.
At number 6 on Rolling Stone's list, actually it's Peter Travers' list, but whatever, is If Beale Street Could Talk.
Exactly, Peter Travers' list.
Barry Jenkins is doing
God, these guys are
really
pathetic.
Interesting with his filmography. I think he's quickly becoming like a standout voice for like this generation. I think it's got one of the best scores of the year. I was listening to it earlier this morning, and it was beautiful, almost brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, I thought you meant like a Rotten Tomato score. You meant musical score.
Oh. It's got one of the best scores of the year.
It's not as black and whitely a race movie as like a Black Klansman, because it's really just about, you know, politics and love and survival and
this relationship.
Yeah, just, exactly, and just, you know, overcoming obstacles and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Regina King.
Yes, amazing. Great performance.
Yeah, she finally got that. Anyway, Oscar.
Oscar, very well deserved. Well, sorry.
It will be.
It will be well deserved when she wins it.
All right, at number.
So my wife got me this weird new kitchen.
Okay. Well, yeah, now we have a commercial coming, but
I love her. At first glance,
this bugs me because I don't like the way I can skip it to go back to this.
Balance and feel. I had no
Okay,
clue how it
where
would
is-
change my cooking experience, but after
5 is Spike Lee's return to form. Not that he was out of form, but whatever. Black Klansman.
I love this movie. I think it has probably one of the most ballsy endings in recent memory. Similar.
Like the Trump thing?
Yes. Well, like the whole like archival footage stuff at the end. It was funny where it needed to be funny. It was like touching where it needed to be touching. And it was just like, I enjoyed it for the entire runtime, and that's all I could really ask about a Spike Lee movie in 2018.
Right. I thought it was interesting, though, that there's so much racial tension in the United States right now, and he chose to make a movie that was set in, like, the 70s.
Yeah.
I guess that also makes a point, which is that not much has changed.
Yeah. I think it's a story that I think is perfect for this year, I think, especially. And, yeah, I think it's one of the more memorable theater experiences I've had.
At number 4 is not his favorite, but the favorite.
Yes. Spelled with a U.
Yes.
So Americans are probably hating spelling that, yeah.
I am actually surprised that Emma Stone can pull off a period movie.
I know. I was surprised even when this trailer came out. I was like, I didn't know they were making this, and I didn't know that Emma Stone was making a movie with him. But I think somehow it's one of the funniest movies of the year, and he's such a weird director.
Yeah.
But,
I want to talk about Olivia Colman just because she's kind of a standout performance in a movie full of standout performances. Yes. Not the least of which is Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah. Weird. Nicholas Hoult is one of those people that just keeps popping up everywhere, and he always impresses me.
He's just one of those guys who comes in and he does his job and he does it well, and you don't really notice.
And you're like,
but
oh, this guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think this is a fitting spot. 4 is a good, nice spot. It's like right in the middle, and
it's pretty high.
Well appreciated.
Yeah. All right, we're on to number 3, where we're really starting to agree.
Right in the middle of 6 and 5.
Yes.
Black Panther.
I think this is a great entry to the list. I don't know if I put
It's
it
overrated.
high.
My opinion.
For
not
me,
Travis's.
Okay, wait, Black Panther or Infinity War?
Black Panther is a better movie. I think Infinity War had the bigger cultural
and impact.
That's what I'm looking for. This is like the first year where I've been like, I think this year was dominated by superhero movies. I think those were some of the best movies this year.
If you saw our last episode of The Realists, I really like action movies, and this is about as close to an action movie as there is on this list.
Yep.
But then I'm like, do they even really make straight action movies anymore? Like, we were talking about this earlier.
I mean, like, Mission Impossible was really, like, the only, like, big
which we put on our list.
Hurry
Yeah,
up,
we did
hurry
put
up,
on our
hurry
list.
up.
It's nice to see a movie with such great vision get recognized. I think like Black Panther did what it was supposed to do, and it did it well, and I think it should be applauded for that, to be honest.
All right, Liam, I think we've been agreeing too much. We're on to number 2 with A Star is Born. Did you like that movie?
I absolutely hate this movie.
Peter Travers' pick,
movie
not yours. Just like Black Panther would be on my list, but it's still Travers' pick.
Of any sort other than
We put it at number 3 on ours.
overrated movies. I don't know. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, use your own list. Use yours, not WatchMojo's list. I'd rather see individuals than a corporation's
There's
list.
a director's roundtable that happened recently, and Bradley Cooper's trying to describe like his vision for this movie, and it comes out so poorly. He's like, I just wanted to get to the crux of like a relationship and like growing up with traumas, but like it just like is not worded well, and it just doesn't make sense.
But does that, because he's not articulate, he's a bad director?
No, I don't know. The performances in this movie are being talked so highly, but I find they never really got like time to breathe. It's edited so quickly and so like choppy.
I disagree with that. Because the scene where they're like at the beginning where they first meet and they're having that like night, I find that scene where they're kind of like in the parking lot, it's exactly them letting it breathe.
I find in 2018, if this is the kind of movie we're praising, I don't know if we're getting anywhere. I don't know. I couldn't really disagree more. I've been getting a lot of hate for saying this, but I think A Star
It's
is
your
Born
choice.
is overrated.
Although I hate the fact you're picking apart somebody else's choice.
Is Lady Gaga okay?
Really?
Yeah, because I was just like, is this autobiographical for her?
I just find it has no bearing on this list at all.
Yeah, it's no Hereditary.
Ooh, that one hurt.
All right, at number 1 is WatchMojo's number 5, Roma.
I think this movie is very great, and I think it is
Very great, not just
very great. It's really very great. I think it might be a safe pick for number 1 or best picture.
What bugs me about that is, like, this is Peter Travers' list, and these two people, and they even said, well, I like this, and then they go, well, it was on WatchMojo's top 10. Nobody cares. Like, I hate the fact that you do this. WatchMojo has this habit of giving these top 10 lists, and then they overdo the top 10 lists. Sometimes they have the movie ones, and then they'll have, like, best TV MILFs and all that, which you're thinking some really horny guys rating that, and they just want to rate everything. WatchMojo didn't create the top 10 list. The top 10 list has been around forever. But the fact that they actually have the gall and say, well, where did they go wrong? Where did he go wrong? What was his picks? Again, they're his picks. And you guys even said that, like, Liam said himself that he didn't like that movie, but it was on WatchMojo's number 3 list. Like, seriously, why don't you guys come up with your own list instead of putting top 10 WatchMojo lists? And actually, I prefer seeing, like, Roger Ebert when he did his top 10 list. I prefer seeing Peter Travers' top 10 list, which sometimes me and him agree, especially on Drive. We both love the movie Drive. Drive would have made my... And there are moments where I agree and disagree with what goes on picture. In the long run, it's not my opinion on what the hell happens. But WatchMojo just has this habit of... and it's like, well, we'll see where he went wrong. It's his fucking choice. It's nobody else's choice but Peter Travers. If he wants that list, that's his list. And anybody could go on anybody's list. I could go on WatchMojo's list and say where I agree, where I disagree. And WatchMojo and Peter Travers both. My top movie of that year was Vice by Adam McKay. That was my top movie. But that doesn't mean, like, they're all their own choices. Even if they say, oh, this is a safe pick, well, that's his safe pick. That's the movie he liked best. Why the hell do you feel you could go on and pick an individual's movie apart when it's their choices? We're all different. And so, yeah, it's like sometimes I get on these, like, I'm going to occasionally go on here and do these WatchMojo rants, as well as do my movie reviews. And there's moments where you might agree, you might disagree, but again, it's my choice, not your choice. My worst movie of all time is Garbage Pails Kids, the movie. And my second worst is On Deadly Ground with Steven Seagal. I'm going to say something. I don't think Steven Seagal did a good movie in his entire career. I think he is the worst actor. I'd rather watch Tommy Wiseau in The Room I think he does better than Steven Seagal. That's how awful I think Steven Seagal is. But again, there are people that like Seagal. I don't. But again, it's my choice. But it just bugs me. Them going on here, picking somebody who's an individual's choice for their favorite movies. And then I randomly hear saying, well, I didn't like this movie. He's like, well, this was number 3 on our list. What, WatchMojo's list? Or yours, Rebecca? What was your list? What was your list? Enough with your corporation's lists. What is your choice? Where do you get off being WatchMojo's voice and not actually tell you your choice? Just like, because Liam said he didn't like A Star is Born. He's like, I get a lot of hate for this. That's Liam's choice. And yet you still put your top 10 list, and it's not even your top 10 list. It's WatchMojo's top 10 list. Like, I'm getting sus. Sometimes I randomly see WatchMojo on the screen, and I like movies and all that, but this here, them going on here and picking an individual's movies apart when it's not their choice, it's his choice, and that's how it should be. You shouldn't go on and randomly have videos like I'm picking apart them doing it because he's picking apart. Because, yeah, they're picking apart Peter Travers' choice. Peter Travers, yes, he's the main movie guy for Rolling Stone, but in the long run, they're his movies. They're his choice. Liam himself said that he didn't like A Star is Born, so literally, that wouldn't have been on Liam's list. That wouldn't have been on, he said he hated the movie. That wouldn't have been on his list at all. But yet, WatchMojo, Rebecca said, this was number 3 on, okay. Like, I'm going to say it now. What's your list, Rebecca? Where do you guys get off picking apart somebody else's choice? That's their choice. You could have your opinion, but I don't like when you go on and basically saying, well, some of these movies are like Green Book. Some people actually like Green Book. Again, it's their choice if they want to put it on their top 10 list. Does this deserve to go on a top 10 list? It's not your choice. It's their choice. So stop it. I'm going to have my own top 10 list, but I'm not going to go. I might read somebody else's and say, that's a good movie, that's a good movie, that's a shit movie, that's a good movie. Hey, we have almost the same movies in common. But again, it's not my choice. Heck, if you want to put on Deadly Ground as your number 1 of 1994, although I absolutely hate that movie. Like I said, it's the second worst movie of all time next to the Garbage Pails Kid movie. Then you go right ahead. It's your choice. But going on and then randomly thinking it's a good idea, well, where did Rolling Stone went wrong? He didn't go wrong. He just said his choice. And I would like people to come on and call out WatchMojo for their bullshit. Yes, I know it's owned by YouTube. Sorry, YouTube, just my opinion about your WatchMojo stuff. It spams, it's brainless, it's vapid, and it insults our intelligence and makes people who can't think for themselves. You have to not like Crash because we don't like Crash. You know what? I agree with you on Shakespeare in Love, but I didn't mind Crash. I thought Sin City was the best year movie of 2005. But again, that's my choice. Anyway, I had to go on that little rant. Randomly, I was going through, I would watch these like favorites of other, like of favorite movies of each year they were born. I think it was kind of cool, and then that randomly popped up. And then I watched it, and then I got a little bit, where do they get off going on somebody else's list saying, well, I wouldn't have put it, okay, you wouldn't have put it on your list. But it's not your list. That's his list. So stop it. Let people have their own choice. Thank you. Have a good night. This is Corey Funk for Funk Film Reviews. Have yourself a good one. Bye.